All right, Speed Gaming enthusiasts, we are back for Game 3. I am joined here by 10 Power in the comms booth.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's nice to have somebody to chat with during this. So what partners do we have for this match?
Well, we have a continuation of a Game 3 between farfelu and, I won't mispronounce this, ipsTee?
Yeah. Oh no. Looks like T forgot to fix their stream. So we may not see all that much.
But you still see the full game at least. Again, the Gemini quest inside Bone Dungeon is always nice.
Oh yeah. Quick check, especially since they're starting out with bombs this time. It makes at least those go pretty well.
Just making sure we stay refreshed. And we have farfelu tackling on the rough battlefield.
So, as we can see, we have Tristram and Ruben as the party members, specifically for this seed. And the quests that we have are, for Tristram, collecting 12 sky fragments, 25 refreshers, defeating Snow Crab, and defeating 7 mini-bosses. For Ruben, we have saving 1 crystal, clearing 5 battlefields, defeating Medusa, and defeating Ghidra. So between all of those, I think I would be stepping away, personally, from going after leveling Tristram all the way up, especially with how that didn't really work too well for T last time, and mainly sticking with Ruben being the simpler one to complete.
Yeah, because Ruben you can still along the way. Maybe at most have to go out of the way to do Medusa Ghidra, but most likely you're gonna find an item along the way to one of those bosses.
Yeah, but the big thing with that is Ruben gets wiped at level 34, whereas Tristram ends up getting Flare at 41. So in order to get a very useful spell for that end game, you need to do every bit for Tristram. Whereas Ruben, like you just said, pretty much everything is right on the way. You don't, unless you absolutely have to fight Ghidra, you only really need that level 34 for Ruben. And Medusa is one of the easier, quote-unquote, bosses to deal with, and a very, very quick boss to get to. Farfelu deciding to go after Flamerus at level 7 Tristram. So
Notice while he did pick up the sand coin along the way to the boss from the quick chest.
Yeah, so it'll be a little bit of a hard fight, but not too hard, because that's basically what Tristram is supposed to be at, I believe. Like 7 or 9 or something like that.
Yeah, he's over 7 by default.
So this is still a possible fight. damage output. And honestly, he isn't really taking too much damage from the boss, so should be pretty good.
Seems that the Benjamin is like 2 shots from dying, so as long as he keeps just with some life and him healed, you'll win the fight no matter what.
Yeah.
And there you go, we got 1 crystal. So Ruben is already level 15?
Yep. Ruben has already been upgraded to level 15. And T looks like they're just barely behind.
And we got the Venus Key and the Rebirth Quest in the box.
Yeah, so both of those are nice, but I don't know if we saw Libra Temple, so we might not get that check right off. Venus Key, you really need to either have you need Wake Water for both of those, both those extra checks. Having bombs, they're not going to have to worry as long as they end up getting Wake Water and access to, or actually they already have access to that region, so that's not a huge issue. They can just do both those checks pretty quick and easy. I'm deciding to find out Mobius Crest being Tristram's second item given. Ooh. Very nice. And there's the swap.
Map. So how do we tell which one is Samus and which one is Ruben on Farfulu's side?
What was it?
How do we tell which one is Samus and which one is Ruben?
Oh, yeah, because they're very similar. Armored to the teeth, mega grenades. There's our first Go Mode item. Early megas is definitely very nice. Yes.
That and early Dragon Claw, but not too early that you have to do the tree.
Dragon Claw, as far as the major consensus ends up being, is one of the best ones to get last for your Go Mode items. Because that means that you're not going to have all those really nasty checks that are possibly required until that point. So if you get every other Go Mode item and then get your Dragon Claw, the only thing that you have to worry about would be the shards needed and any amount of safety that you want. So life and whatever big spells. I like having a claw so that I can literally do everything that I want. But having Dragon Claw specifically, I would rather that be one of the last few checks that I need to make.
Fair point. I just like to suit it every now and then.
Oh yeah, it's definitely interesting when you do have to progress through in that way. But having the claw automatically puts Azuzu on the table. It puts Dullahan on the table. It puts Tree on the table. And all of those, they're just such time sinks.
Alright, so I do have a question. Since we don't have access to Kyrie and Phoebe, how do those checks that require them work?
Oh, so since we don't have access to them, when we go and talk to, specifically in this case, Phoebe, she will just move from her location in Libra Temple to the Wintry Cave just before where you would normally fall in the base game, and she will have an item there for you. After that, she will go and move to Windia and be sitting in the inn waiting to be talked to. She does not have a second item. The second item, I believe, was actually moved to Reuben for the mines. But with Kaylee, we actually have this amazing little feature with the randomizer where we can place all of Kaylee's duties onto her mother. So we never have to actually pick up Kaylee if she is one of the people. We just talk to her mom and bring her along to get poisoned by the Minotaur, and then have to be saved from giving her the elixir. But that's the same idea for every one of them, except for Kaylee and Kaylee's mom. They will move to the location once you talk to them. For Kaylee's mom, it'll act as though Kaylee is doing her normal stuff that you would see in base game. But everybody else, they'll just be standing in a spot in that location. You talk to them, get the item, and then they move on to their final location. Getting that tree wither does put Kaylee's mom on the table.
So it's nice to see both runners inside the Lava Dome just be neck to neck with each other.
Yes. Now we will see what the Moon Helm chest looks like.
Oh, so Hydra is in play now, since we have both the Sand Coin and the River Coin.
Yes. That is definitely a scary notion, but it does look like Farfelu is not going to go for that yet. I agree with that right now.
Hey, I can't blame them either. At level 9? No. Especially with no armor. I might have, if I had a firing, humor the idea.
And getting that moon helmet actually is very nice. Moon helmet, or moon helm, actually gives you fire resistance. So there's one elemental resistance reducing damage by half from said element. The Apollo helmet will retain that and give more defense, but that's about it. When it comes down to it, Moon Helm is really where it is. Yes, everybody hates that lady. She's always getting in the way.
Oh, there we go. The magic ring. There's what I was thinking of. Not fire ring.
Yeah, that right there. That right there is not the best item in the game, but actually, it's probably arguably worse than just getting the charm necklace, because the only thing that really does for us is get rid of silence, I believe, which is pointless because silence in this game is broken. It does not work as it is intended. So if you're ever wanting to have a status effect on any boss, hope for silence, because it does absolutely nothing. Getting a Venus shield that, as said in the last game, gives you paralysis protection, which is very nice.
Yeah, don't worry about getting stun walk in some fight. Now I'm seeing with sending Kyrie's mom into the forest now. And that's life in the top right house.
That is very nice. Getting life out of the cure chest in Foresta, very nice pull. And we haven't seen any, or I haven't seen any full-on confirmation from it, but it does look like chat is saying that the accessories might give a bonus to your magic stat. If they do, I've never noticed it in vanilla. So, yeah.
I actually
might be
don't
something
know
I have to look at.
Same here.
And it should be relatively easy to check, too, because you can get the charm necklace right off once you get through the first dungeon, and then you can check your... Actually, no, it's before... Or, yes, technically after the first mini dungeon, I think it is. That's when you are able to. Oh! Yeah, there's that confirmation right on the wiki. It is magic +5, resist silence. And the necklace gives you the +5 magic. Okay. So yeah, I guess it isn't a complete waste, but it's not much better than the necklace because of that silence being busted in the game. Farfelu going for Jin.
That's pretty bold at level 9.
Well, with a 23 Ruben, I think they feel like they're strong enough.
But they do have the moon helm and stuff. Yeah, they'll be fine. I don't really like too much fire damage.
Damage doesn't look too bad, and being very kind, only using speed down, which doesn't really affect. And yeah, easily being able to get through that Jin. Getting a steel shield from Ruben. Ouch.
Well, they all can be winners.
With 45 bombs, it might not be a good idea. It may take a little bit too long. If it were later in the seed and they didn't end up having to pick up a bunch of pick up bombs here and there, yeah, that would have been a perfect time to skip. But that also could be the case too. farfelu might not know the skip. So, as some of chat are pointing out, there is a gin skip that you can do. The way that works is you bring your bomb count down to 0, and then you take one of the elevators, and then after that, what happens when you try to throw a bomb, or specifically the mega grenades, it will automatically queue up the last animation that you used, which happens to be that elevator. So it will move you as if you rode an elevator from whatever point you decide to hit that button for. If you do it in the right spot, you can chain it twice and move into the doorway behind where Jin is. Get all those checks, go back into the room and hit the button again, and you actually completely skip Jin. You don't have to fight him. As long as you have mega grenades, it is very possible to do it that way, and it is a very viable thing if you are not sure that you're going to be able to survive. And getting Apollo helmet from the Giant's Axe location in a live forest. That's pretty nice.
So I'm surprised they didn't try to dive the tree yet. Maybe partially going back to Waffle Dome?
It looks like I stupidly missed that, but the old man in Level Forest had Dragon Claw, which is amazing. Again, it sucks that it puts all the other things on the table, but having a claw in general is just nice.
Who was Dad? 12.
Yeah, that is definitely big. Going through that mine, even getting one of the worst items from Ruben, getting that flare off his dad, pretty nice. That will make the rest of the seed go super well.
Well, for food, this guy has 12 Sky Sword Fragment, giving Tristram a boost in levels again, if they ever have to switch back to him.
Time to burn that squid up.
Oh, we're gonna get some Kalmoi? I can go for some right now.
Getting a battle axe for all that trouble. Ugh. But that is 3. I think 3 or 4 of the mini bosses.
Alright, so there's no Crab, Jen, and now the Calamari.
Minotaur.
And Minotaur, yep, that's 4.
Yep. So 4 of them so far.
Ooh, the Thunder Walk on the 6th floor Pursuer's Tower.
So sixth floor was Thunder Rock. Nice.
Yes.
So that's actually probably one of the best things to see that, because it means that you potentially don't have to fight Jerkbird. But we're also... There's the Sun Coin. Now last region is active.
And you can also use the Venus Key and talk to Spencer.
Yes, especially having that Thunder Rocks, or that Thunder Rock and the Mega Grenades. They do have the access to blow up the Spencer's Cave and talk to him without having Wake Water.
So, the Pursuer might be able to enter the item.
It is very possible. But they do already... they do both already have Flare, I believe. And they both have life, so other than the Captain's Cap, there's no other item they really need. T is at 15 shards right now, so that's also nice. Oh, nope. Pazuzu does... Oh, wait. Hold on.
There's a key item check behind
It
Pursuer.
was one. Okay. Sorry, it looked like they were saying that it was a dud behind Pazuzu. But it was the exact opposite. Oh, the dud was Tristram's first check. Gotcha.
So the only thing each one could use is a sword for access to all areas besides the final dungeon.
Yep. But with what we have right now, it's very possible that they might have to deal with Tree. But what does this Sun Coin give us? It gives us an Othello or Stheno fight. A Stheno and Avizard. And getting Quake feels bad. And doing exactly what we talked about, opening up Spencer's Cave to get those checks. Having the Venus Key, they can check this for Cure and Jumbos. And the Mobius Crest check is a Steel Helm. Ouch. really quick checks to get through, but not the greatest to obtain.
Never see both runners take on the battlefield. They're still trying to clear out 5 battlefields to help give Ruben more levels.
Yep. They just need to get through these. They'll get Ruben up, and then Ruben will pop off. Getting that white spell, that gives you an extra person, and frankly a faster person at this point in time to at least do damage, most likely kill most mobs, except for, like I mentioned, these slimes which reflect magic.
These slimes are the evilest slimes in all video games.
Yep, they are. And it sucks because they're just so cute.
Like deadly. Alright, so let's see what item farfelu gets from the battlefield. Get the Aegis Seal. Well, don't get petrified now.
Yep. Chat trying to call me out. The oozes are not cute.
They're the bane of existence.
I think they're adorable. I'm sorry. Especially when you get them to half health, they go squish.
Ooh,
Oh yeah, skydive just in general on any enemy is just horrible. At pretty much any point. That Windia battlefield was the magic mirror, which they can't even, neither of them can even use at this point. I mean, if they do end up getting a sword, I don't remember seeing where on the map Ice Pyramid was.
I believe in the, I want to say Windy region, but the 3rd region.
Oh, in Fireburg?
4th, my bad.
Oh, Windia is this region, yeah. That T is in. Actually, that both of them are in. The other battlefield was Noble Armor. Multi-key from the free chest. Yeah, that's true. It may be in the frozen area up in the Aquaria region. That's what I was wondering. Because I don't remember seeing it. But if that's the case, then...
Oh yeah, no. I imagined that in the wrong spot.
Getting... light giveth and light taketh away.
So we have seen every single act before Sword.
Yep. We have seen every single one of the axes before Sword. I believe we've also seen all of the bombs?
I didn't see the normal bombs or the bomb fall.
Yeah, Jumbo Bomb was on Spencer. We started with the normal, and we got Megas in the Focus Tower. So we've seen all the bombs. We've seen all of the axes, and I think the only claw that we're missing now is Charm.
Yes.
Yes. Agreed. Doing Medusa kill right now will be very nice because that will also boost Ruben up one more time, which will get him white. Chat asking, move speed is increased. It is a feature of this randomizer.
Yeah, we can go zoom. Alright, here we go. Medusa. Take out the mobs on the side first. And we're not using any magic?
Very interesting.
Like, maybe I want to conserve the seeds. But at this point, money certainly be an issue.
No, it really shouldn't. But it also just might be that I believe it was all the way back in the base area. They may not have gone back to get more yet.
Fair enough.
Or at the very least, they may not have gone back to get it since getting Flare from Arian.
Yeah, this Medusa is being a bit rough, but
there's Wakewater. Now we have full access to everywhere on the map.
And to the entrance of Ice Pyramid.
It could, yes, Wakewater could be very important. Opening up the whole map is pretty nice. But it all depends on what is there. Because now we can actually check the chests, or the two chests in the back of Focus Tower, which is the Blizzard chest in vanilla and the Venus Shield chest.
Alright, let's say we are the runners. What would you do if you got the Captain's Tab right this moment?
I'd definitely be just finding shards. Because at the level that we're at right now, we're at 17 and 18. At this point, I mean, maybe on Farfelu's side, I might kill Medusa like he's doing right now, just to get that 34 on Ruben, and then immediately I would be going right for shards and going for Dark King. Like,
oh, and I see why T didn't use any magic when playing Medusa. He didn't pick up Flare yet.
T never got Flare? Oh,
Just got now. That's why.
Understandable. I did not. I missed that. I thought they had both done so because T had gone in and dealt with it. Pulling the
I
mask
just
out
saw
of
it,
the
basically.
Venus
so.
shield chest and Steel Sword. We finally have access to Ice Pyramid, which was also sitting right here.
Do we need to sign?
Also means that I did not get a check on shard count for T, but if we end up seeing Captain's Cap here and enough shards, it could be go mode. Kind of excited on this.
I didn't catch how many stars they need in total.
How many they need in total?
Yes.
Oh, it's just 24. There are 40
that's it?
shards that
Okay.
are scattered everywhere, but you only need 24 of them in order to reconstruct the sky key or the sky coin to get through that last door.
Well, we got the innate sword inside Ice Pyramid.
Just imagine they get that, they go up and get Excalibur from New York to California.
And back.
Yep. And Farfelu's gonna go and use that wake water. I agree with that. I don't know about you, but I'm kind of on the edge of my seat right now. Being game 3 and having very little in the variants, but still both of them almost, I'm pretty sure, almost neck and neck with it. Just Farfelu being slightly behind, having done a couple extra checks and I think one more battlefield. So not too far different.
Okay, so we got noted T's at 17 swords.
So 17. There's it. I saw at least one shard there, so that's 18. Yeah. Farfelu ended up doing the battlefield, the Aquaria battlefield that gave the Aegis, but T did end up doing the battlefield that gave the Noble armor, which was in Windia. So, all right. Grabbing elixir in the basement of Ice Pyramid. Not the greatest, but hey.
It's essentially a free check at least after.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's not like it's an issue grabbing it. It's a quick check on your way to go kill Gollum.
Alright folks, don't blink. This ice golem is going to melt.
Oh yeah. Honestly,
oh wow.
Did Ruben use? I'm assuming that Ruben must have used white on the first turn.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
got a weight and a flare. That's approximately 5,500 damage.
Between both of them, if Ruben ended up using a white on the first turn, along with the flare, that would be, or you're looking at around 670 or 6,700, something like that. Yeah, so that was 2 whites and a flare. And flare does, and there's Excalibur. Of course. That is hilarious.
They also get the charm, which was a third item at this point.
Not only were both of the upgraded swords in there, but they were essentially sequential or progressive. You had to get the first sword, the steel sword, to get into Ice Pyramid, and then you check the first check, getting the Knight Sword, and then the drop down had the Excalibur. Ugh. That is quite unfortunate to see that it was all swords.
All in order.
Oh, T hadn't pushed. Yes. Chat popping up that boat is there. And we have seen at least a couple times in this, in these races, that the cap has shown up on boat before. What would be the odds that it pops up again?
Now, here's the question. Is it going to be vanilla or French vanilla?
Not sure.
I'm going to go with the greater odds. Still go with French vanilla.
Ooh.
If it is on the boat. Or it could still be a lava dome.
It could. Have they done any
Not
of
all of
Lava
it.
Dome? They have done both the normal checks without fighting Hydra. So they still do need to hit Hydra up as a possible. But T going for that squid kill to get our calamari going. And it looks like they're both pretty good on shards. Farfelu has 20 right now, and I believe T should be
23?
at the very least around early 20s. So it really is just mainly going to come down to that captain's cap. Because as we've seen multiple times, boat usually has at least 1 to 2, and Grandma and Grandpa's house, you might end up seeing some on that route, and that's right before. So pushing old lady Kaylee's mom onward to Windia so that they can do that check along with boat check. And we get Charm Claw. We've finally seen all the claws, but not before getting all of the swords. Nothing in Grandma and Grandpa's house. Ooh. I still need to check to see if that's actually faster than going up and around. Oh no. Okay, there's 2 more shards right there. That should be enough for T. And white. T deciding not to exit out? Oh, so they can drop down immediately. Gotcha.
Yeah,
No value at all. But value, they no longer have to worry about getting any of the shards. So as soon as they find Captain's Cap, They are... Farfelu resetting out of that. Interesting.
So,
Oh, didn't have exit. That's right. Farfelu doesn't have exit yet.
T didn't check a spot in the boat. There's one very well hidden chest on the top of the deck.
Yep. There is that one chest that is pretty early on in the boat that you can check right off, and it's so hidden. A lot of people will completely forget about it. Fortunately, it was not necessary to check it because we did end up finding those other two. Now Farfelu has exit, so that's where it was. All right, that's what the thing is. Looks like heading for that Hydra, while T decides to kill off Dullahan.
Off with his head. Oh, wait.
Yep. So, at the very least, with exit, that will make this so much quicker to check, because you can just exit out after every little bit that you need to worry about. Like right here. Exit, back in, and go down the rest of the way instead of having to backtrack.
Yeah,
and
this is much faster when you don't have any encounters to wait out. But when you have too many encounters, it's actually faster to backtrack.
Oh yeah. If you're counting the encounters that will be in the way, which you're actually not going to have, or you're not really going to have too many encounters that are in the way.
This is interesting. I think T is going for the tree, while farfelu is finishing Wobble Dome. We have a first split that can decide the race.
Yeah. It's all dependent on who finds that cap. And if T is deciding to go, T is going for Ghidra for multiple reasons. Yep. They're going after that, excuse me?
It's going vanilla. Sorry.
T, you can grab the...
I'm noting that for a question.
Okay. Anywho.
That's right. To the items. Okay. Get the way down, I guess.
They're keeping it interesting. Farfelu getting into that, but T is, as I was trying to say before I got confused by them, heading to Ghidra to get that level 41 on Ruben. That extra life might be part of the factor. Ow! 1100 crit on Ruben.
Ooh.
Yeah, and that right there, what T just did, that is exactly why I've actually started to take that very first door every time I have to go into tree. So the red chests that are all around are actually the sky fragment shards. And T already has all of the fragments that they need.
Oh,
so many shards in here, though. Oh, and that is such a good case on why tree can be super good to go into. We've seen at least 8 shards in here. So I actually, oh, was it Doom Dances? Ouch. I missed what happened over on Farfelu's side there. That is unfortunate, though.
I was wondering why every single key item check was a key item. I know why now.
Yes, the key item locations are shuffled between the key items only. The red chests that would be, or that are popping up all over the place in normally brown chest locations actually just indicate that they have the shards instead.
That's good to know.
Yes. There's that level 41 on Ruben. Alright. Who chose right? Or are they gonna have to go after the dreaded Pazuzu? Because that is also on the table.
Yeah.
Meteor. Heal.
And?
Oh, man.
Oh. It's steroids, folks.
That's Jerkbird. I'm pretty sure that is Jerkbird as a requirement. We have a race.
So,
Oh man, Farfelu going to check on Dullahan, which we already know is Gaia's armor.
and T looks like
T
he's
is going to that
pursue it.
battlefield, it looks like. Nope. Going to that battlefield first. Oh. Seeing that it was a 4 fight and saying, screw it, I'll just take Pazuzu at this point. Yep. Straight up Pazuzu. Yeah, he was heading to... He forgot to lock him. Birds are jerks.
I second this motion.
So Farfelu is going to get through the Dullahan fight and realize exactly what T has realized. That it is very likely Pazuzu. Yes, had the cap been on the battlefield, it is very likely that the game would have ended and T might have realized that. So it is very likely that they're saying, if it's not ended, either one, DK is just that much of a jerk, or we have to deal with the original jerk in bird form. And Farfelu, I believe that is absolutely everything done now. No, they still have to do tree. So what are they are they choosing Jerkbird?
They're going towards the tower.
Yeah, it looks like Jerkbird is the play right now.
I guess the bird is the word.
Here we go. Back up to floor 3.
Should just exit at this point.
No, it's actually... I believe it actually is still shorter to go from floor 2 to floor 3 without exiting Howl.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Just barely, but it is shorter.
Whenever I have Pursuer on Switch 4 and I hit that second switch, the second floor switch, I always exit. every time in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy how in sync these runners are, with both of them fighting Pitsuru at the 1 hour mark.
Yeah, and on top of that, I mean, T ended up going through Tree. They haven't gone through Lava Dome, but they've done every other check so far before Pazuzu, leaving only Lava Dome. So,
And Peru only has 3 left.
yep, they're both leaving one major dungeon on the table and choosing to do Pazuzu instead. But farfelu ripping through Pazuzu, going to get that check, almost guaranteed that it should be Cap, because we have seen every other possible location at this point. T not far behind. And Meteor actually, I believe, will do half damage to Pazuzu, because he does count as a flying-based enemy. Getting that cap, and there we go. We have a full-on race. It is just get to that Windia and hope for Dark King to not be a jerk. Super. Well, yeah. T deciding to go through all of the teleports. There we go. Farfelu is now fully in go mode. Got their shards. And now they both just have to...
T is actually going to push on ahead here. Blue had to go talk to the captain.
So does T.
Oh, yeah.
They both just got the shards. Or not the shards, the captain's cap. So they both have to talk to the captain.
That's right. You need to have the cap talk to him, that's right.
Yep. It is super close. I'm loving this. But all it's going to take is one slight deviation from Dark King, and that'll be game.
So, I do have a question, because I put to review all the rules. Is there any clauses if there's a tie?
To be completely honest with you, I don't know, because I haven't seen that. I don't think I've ever seen a tie happen. I assume that they would... Oh, sorry, there is. If I could be pointed to that, it would be amazing. But they're both getting into the Dark King fight now. This is going to be so close. A very thin early. Ooh, T taking that and taking 1,000 damage, getting hit with sleep on Ruben. Eesh.
That Dark King is hitting hard.
This is... That would be interesting. What is that? Samson? Is that a Street Fighter reference?
I can tell you this, it's not Adventure of Rolo.
Oh, that is beautiful.
And I don't believe that's Street Fighter 2 either.
Oh, okay. But so close. Only a few seconds in between each. I'm kind of I'm partially speechless here, trying to force myself to say stuff because it's just so tense.
Well, I'll fill in a bit. The reason I'm saying it's not Adventure of Rolo is due to a mistake I made yesterday. I mean on Wednesday.
This is great too.
Alright, farfelu is on the 4th phase. He is having some trouble because
I think they're both having some trouble here because lots of triage having to go out. But it all depends on this last little bit. We got some damage going out on farfelu's side. There's the game. Farfelu takes it. GG.
GG. Hopefully we'll get these winners in for an interview.
What a race. T not far behind, only about 20 seconds behind it. Clearing out their fight. Very intense and close match from these two amazing prior champions. And yes, it would be amazing to get them in here for an interview. Let's see if we can. There we go. GG's to both of you. Amazing runs.
Yeah, let's go. That was a close race tree.
Yeah, GG. Well-deserved winner. Congrats to farfelu.
Thanks.
I am amazed on how in sync you two were, going separate ways at times.
Yeah, we were talking just before the Lavadon time, and 3 is almost the same time. Maybe 3 is a bit longer, but not that much. So if we both full clear except one of those, yeah, I suppose we could get very close like this.
Yeah. In the end, it was probably one mistake too many from me. Forgetting to pull the lever in floor 2 in Pazuzu's tower at the first visit was definitely game deciding here. In the end, at least.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing I saw, I'm sorry to say.
Also, I kind of forgot the Libera Temple. I kind of saw the Libera Temple when I first visited the Windia area. So, and with exit being there, probably picking up earlier, saved a bit of time too, but I don't think I lost too many exits to that. Maybe Ice Pyramid. So the walk back from Ice Pyramid probably could have been saved too. So yeah, there were a couple of things that didn't go my way because of a bit of sloppiness here and there. So I think it's also better for the final that farfelu goes in there with much cleaner gameplay.
Well, I would have to say that between both of you, in all of the runs today, you guys have been within moments of each other regardless. It really did come down to you check this or check that, and you both ended up deciding to go to the same spot, and that's what it was. You were seconds in between each other when you went into Pazuzu's tower. You were on the fight at the same time. You were also seconds away going through into the fight with Dark King. Both sides had a little bit of issues here and there with, I'm assuming, nerves.
I would say here it's probably just a game treating, and because we're playing 2 in a row, so I have to say sometimes I was still wondering. Okay, so wait, what I found there, was it in the first game today or that one? So
Okay.
there's a bit of exhaustion as well, but yeah, maybe nerves too. But that was really cool to play this. But I have to say as well, when you go in pyramid and you get nothing there, you find 2 swords. I was really scared Tej can skip completely pyramid and be minutes ahead. So there's a lot going in your head in a game like this, but it was really exciting to play.
Yeah, seeing progressive swords through Ice Pyramid is definitely not something you want to see too often.
Yeah, at least if you have another progression inside, that's cool. But I mean, with the late first sword, you can completely just never find that sword, so you skip pyramid.
Yeah, I think the late steel sword kind of pulled us both to the ice pyramid because it's 4 items at this point. So, and I think at this point already we were only looking for the captain's cap.
Yeah, sure.
We also had probably, at least I also had to still pick up a couple of shards, so ice pyramid was the play there. Yeah. But in the end, it came down to a bit of clutchness from farfelu, I would say. A bit more precise in the major things. So I think, yeah, well played.
Fair enough. But yes, to both of you, very well played. Farfelu, congratulations on making it into the finals match. One quick question for you left by me. Between the 2 potentials, who would you prefer to face in the finals?
Oh, RTA for sure. Sorry, attacks. I don't mean no offense or anything. But I already played attacks last year, and RTA is a real life friend from a long time ago. So racing him in the final would be very exciting. Actually, when I knew he joined the tournament, I was really hoping to race him, and then with the seeding, I saw it was not possible until finals. So it was my goal to get there. So I hope he can win his 2 races tomorrow. But I mean, attacks is in the top 4, so he's definitely a good runner. So if he happens to win, I mean, it's not a free win at this point in the tournament.
Well, that is definitely interesting to hear. So Hatax and Artea will be tomorrow's match that pops up. And I believe they're doing 2 back to back?
Yes, exactly. I have the schedule. The first one will be at 11 Eastern time, and then it will be followed directly with the third race if necessary.
Yep. All right. Well, in that case, we will immediately see who you face after tomorrow's matches. Again, congratulations. And again, T, you did amazing. Farfelu, obviously, same to you. And I believe that is pretty much everything, unless Power has any questions or comments.
All I have to say is you both done an excellent job in that race. Thread you to a neck to neck during the entire thing. I cannot repeat that enough. That was impressive alone, how you two were in sync the entire time.
And just before we leave, I just want to say thanks to both of you and Dudes for the restream. But also T, I was very excited with this matchup because this is the third edition of the Speedgaming Live online, and I won the first edition. T won the second one, so I was really looking forward to this matchup. And I think it was our first 1-versus-1 race also. So it was really nice to race you. And see you next year in SGL. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you, T and Farfelu, for that amazing showing. Thank you, Power, for being here with me on comms. And thank you to This Dude Speaks for the tracking.
I like this.
We definitely needed all of that. And thank you to Speedgaming Live for allowing us to host, or for hosting our runs. We will see you next time. Or specifically tomorrow. I do not know what channel it'll be on. Hopefully we will see you all there.